Good evening, everybody. It's your favorite aspiring classicist here, a wandering author, reminding you that we are all the authors of our own lives. As always, my message remains the same: spend less, live more, earn your freedom with frugality. And today, we're going to be talking about Concord, chapter 6 of book 9 of Aristotle's Nicomachean Ethics. It's a little bit of a shorter one, but he's got a couple good points in here. And he begins, Concord also seems to be a friendly feeling. So, like what we discussed yesterday, concord is an element of friendliness, not actual friendliness. Hence, it is not merely agreement of opinion, for this might exist even between strangers. Nor yet is agreement in reasoned judgments about any subject whatever, for instance astronomy, termed concord. To agree about the facts of astronomy is not a bond of friendship. I guess unless you're an astronomer, right? Concord is said to prevail in a state, like the government, when the citizens agree as to their interests, adopt the same policy, and carry their common resolves into execution. Concord then refers to practical ends, and practical ends of importance, and able to be realized by both or all the parties. For instance, there is concord in the state when the citizens unanimously decree that the offices of state shall be elective, or that an alliance shall be made with Sparta, or that Pittacus shall be dictator. When each of two persons wishes himself to rule, like the rivals, in the Phoenicia, there is discord, so the opposite of concord is discord. Since men are not of one mind merely when each thinks the same thing, but when each thinks the same thing in relation to the same person. For instance, when both the common people and the upper classes wish that the best people shall rule, for only so can all parties get what they desire. Wouldn't that be great if the people up top and the common people both wanted the best people to rule? Concord appears therefore to mean friendship between citizens, which indeed is the ordinary use of the term, for it refers to the interests and concerns of life. Now concord in this sense exists between good men, since these are of one mind both with themselves and with one another, as they always stand more or less on the same ground. For good men's wishes are steadfast, and do not ebb and flow like the tide, and they wish for just and expedient ends, which they strive to obtain in common. The base, on the other hand, are incapable of concord, except in some small degree, as they are of friendship, since they try to get more than their share of advantage and take less than their share of labors and public burdens. I think there's too many people like that, too many base people nowadays. And while each desires this for himself, he spies on his neighbor to prevent him from doing likewise. For unless they keep a watch over one another, the common interests go to ruin. So let me repeat that. That right there's another good point. And while each desires this for himself, he spies on his neighbors to prevent him from doing likewise. Meaning to get more while doing less. For unless they keep watch over one another, the common interest goes to ruin. And the result is discord. Everybody trying to make others do their duty, but refusing to do it themselves. Definitely relevant. But that's the end of chapter 6. So starting next week, tomorrow, we will begin doing 2 videos a night. Again, at least for a little while, so we can try to get through the rest of book 10 and get on to Aristotle's Politics while I'm still here in California. What are y'all doing to inspire, uplift, and empower your local community today? Because this world isn't changing unless we all do our part, and you can count on me to do mine daily. Till next time, I love y'all.